This man began performing magic 65 years ago. He was influenced by Blackstone, Neff, Ed Patterson, and a lot of great magicians along the way. It would take far longer than we have this evening to outline his many accomplishments, the books he's written, the memberships of the magic clubs he's belonged in, the SAM Hall of Fame. So I'm not going to do that. Let's just get on with it. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Bill Rauscher.
Very much, ladies and gentlemen, and I must tell you in the very beginning that I feel very privileged to be asked to do this. Maybe you've had enough of me already, but it is very pleasant for me to be with friends. Now, of course, I am here to fool you, and if I do not fool you, you may go home disappointed, so perhaps I should try to fool you. I may not succeed in fooling you, but I'll give it a whirl. And in the words of Thurston, I will fool you, but I will not deceive you. Now, my interest in this wonderful hobby, or whatever it is that we have, this addiction, began in grade school. And a magician came to my school, and he's here tonight. That's how long I've known him. And his name was Ed Patterson. And I think I was about in the, maybe the third grade, fourth grade, I don't know. But I was mesmerized by that performance, and as I watched him, his assistant entered and brought to him on a sterling silver tray a little silver box. And as I watched, he picked up the box and he turned it around and he opened the front, the back, put his fingers through it, showed it empty, closed it, reached in and extracted a very, very lovely pocket handkerchief. I was so amazed. And my grandfather lived in Highlands, where I grew up, and he knew a man named Stuart Robeson. And Stuart Robeson was once the stage manager for Ziegfeld. And he took me to New York to a place upstairs called the Conjurer's Shop. It wasn't on the street level, it was a secret place. And I wanted that trick so badly. And I said, Mr. Robeson, I said, do you have that trick where a magician takes a little silver box and he opens all the doors and he puts his hands through, his fingers through, turns it around, reaches in and extracts a very pretty little pocket handkerchief? He says, I know what you mean, Billy. He says, it's the trick where you take a little silver box and you open all the doors, you show it, you turn it around, you reach in and you extract a very, very nice pocket. I said, that's the trick I mean, Mr. Robeson. The one where you take a little silver box like that man did. Open it, all the doors, show it around, open the top door, reach in and extract a very, very beautiful handkerchief. He says, yes, I know the trick. He said it was made in England by people named Davenport, but we don't have it anymore. It's very scarce. We can't get it. So you see, ladies and dear gentlemen, that I didn't buy it, he didn't have it, and that means, of course, I can't show it to you tonight. But I can show you something else. Of course, we've all seen everything, but then again, we can see it once more, can we not? Well, anyway, this is another trick, but this particular trick was the next time, a couple of years later, that my grandfather took me to Lou Tannen's. And that again was upstairs, not on the street. And there was a man behind the counter named James Herpick. Very nice. They were very nice to me, and I remember that as a boy. Anyway, the trick that I received that time from my grandfather, I'm going to show it to you tonight anyway. And, but there's a story connected to it, and the story is the important thing. It concerns the story of a Chinese magician named Chang. And Chang was accused of hoarding rice. So the authorities come to Chang's house, and he convinces them that he isn't hoarding rice. He said, look, he says, I have 2 rice bowls. One belongs to my wife, and one belongs to me. And he said, this is the amount of rice that I have. It's all I have. I'm not hoarding it. He said, but what I do is I take the rice that I have and I pour it into the bowl. And that's just exactly what Chang did. And he did that. And then he said, I take my wife's rice bowl and I invert it on top. And he said, you know, when I toured America, I bought this in Boston at a place called Holden's Magic Shop from a man who was there named Hanson. And he taught me this. And he told me to say the magic words of Thurston. And the magic words of Thurston were, as he shook the bowls, Hiram Abiff. And do you know, when Chang separated the bowls in front of those accusers, he found that his rice had doubled in quantity to the point where it was overflowing the bowl. Well, the authorities weren't satisfied, so they leveled it off. They put the bowls together again, and they did the same thing Chang did. But this time, of course, they didn't remember those special magic words. And instead, when they separated, they found the rice had decreased in quantity, and what was ever left happened to turn into what we call rice paper. So this is the rice paper. So here we go for a moment. Here we go. I love this. Chang put the bowls together again, and in front of those authorities, he separated them and said, you know, I have here a bowl of flowers for each table. Wow. That's what Chang did.